Hey guys, welcome back to the mill. This is going to be part 2 of a video we started the other day. Had a pile of walnut out here. If you watched the previous video, Matthew will put a link in the description to it. We were doing a little cost analysis on why sometimes you have to saw by the hour, sometimes you have to saw by the board foot. Now, I covered that in that video, so let's talk about this. I got 3 big pine logs here. Now, by my own standards, I could justify sawing this by the hour versus board foot because it's short. One log is 8 foot and the other probably was a 12-footer, and homeowner couldn't get it loaded, so he cut it in half. So I got 2 6-foot chunks. Now, a couple reasons I'm going to saw this by the board foot. It's fair to the customer. They're getting exactly what they're paying for. And I will be able to exceed my hourly rate sawing this because he don't want 1-inch boards. He wants 1.5 inch thick boards, nothing wider than 13 inches. So we're going to throw it up on the mill and run through it, and we'll discuss a little more about it in just a minute. Thanks, guys. Okay guys, we got the 8-foot log loaded up on here. It happens to be the smallest one. This log is too wide to run through a wood miser. You know, it's 26 inches. What we're gonna do, we'll come in here, we'll take a bark cut, we'll come down 1.5 inches, and I may come back again and take another one. As long as I can stay under about 20 inches, Matthew can run it through the edger. Get any wider than that, and we'll have to bring it back and edge it on the mill. But once we get a flat surface, we'll roll it over 90 degrees, and we'll work on this side. We'll take a couple slabs off, and then it'll be down, it'll be sitting here and have a square bottom and a square top. I may, at that time, come in and take like a 6-8 inch cant right off the top of it and slide it off. Save Matthew a lot of edging. There's no need to edge all this. He's just gonna have to edge the ones that have bark on it. That's our plan. We're gonna get as much as we can out of it, 1.5 inches thick, no wider than 13 inches for the customer. And we're gonna keep track of time, see how long it takes us, so hang on.
happens sometimes when you're cutting big wood. That's why we keep chainsaws on hand. Now that we've gotten the log down to a manageable size for the old man, I'm going to be running the edger trying to get everything edged while we're going. So the views aren't going to change as often as they normally would because we're trying to get an accurate time for you guys for how long it would take us to run this wood. Getting the order from our customer for these logs, he told us that he didn't mind a little bark edge on some of them. That's why you're seeing a few of them that don't have a ton of bark on them, making it to a pile instead of getting edge.
Stops for time. Has 30 minutes. Start to finish.
is our production. Not live for everybody, but it works for us. Taking a big cut, and the camera kind of took the hit there for us while we were getting that massive cant cut. And I hope you guys enjoyed that up close and personal view of that bark as it went by. Share this too often, guys, but we do this after every single log. We check our bed rails to make sure that there's no mud, dirt, or anything built up on it, because if there is, it will mess up your cuts. And it's a good habit to have just to make sure and visually check it after every log.
piece here. I've never had one go up in there. Wow. Piece of freaking chain.
That would kill a blade.
Okay, guys, this is the garbage I found in that tree. I actually sawed part of the hook off when I run into it. Somebody probably had a stinking hammock. Oh, on this cut, you know, looks like about 8 feet off the ground or so. This is the garbage you run into. Not only did it cost us a $30 blade, it cost us, you know, 15-20 minutes production. It wanted the blade up into the pulley that goes to the motor. Matthew's over there taking it apart right now, trying to get the blade out of it. So, real world, it's what happens sometimes. Okay, when that blade come off, it got all the way up in here on top of the pulley. We're gonna have to take we'll take a side grinder and cut it off there, but it got our belt. Hopefully it didn't run another belt. So,
And it got behind this wheel too. Just rolled every tooth off of it.
only thing to make it better if it was Monday morning, but it's not. So we're gonna survive. We'll just get it fixed, keep it getting it. Oh. This is how often it happens. I got a bin over here just full of whatnots, things we've hit. I've even got I got this in the edger one day. So one day I'll make a table out of all that, but not today.
It hit hard enough, it ripped as well as rolled them. It's got one tooth. That's why I was saying you just need to hammer them. Get that down.
Oh, there it is. Got thrown over there. Okay, guys, this is not the way a blade is supposed to hang here. I mean, can you see that thing? Lord have mercy. It's been a while since I tore one up that bad. It happens. It ain't the end of the world. I'm more aggravated with losing time than I am the blade, so let's get this back together and get sawing. Oh, had insult to injury, had a nail in it.
I was just gonna make sure it got the blade.
Yeah. I went over and picked the flitch up and just I guess the leg bolt wasn't good enough, so we had to add a nail too. So yeah, I hit the leg bolt twice, or that hammock anchor, and a nail.
Alright, that blade caught it, we'll run it by. We may have to check the tracking on it. This log's going to require a lot of edging because that one little diagonal cut on it, every board of that's going to need to be edged so that we can get a square board for the customer. See him trying to engage the clutch on the sawmill there to get it rolling. It messed up obviously because whenever we knocked that blade off, it actually shredded the back portion of the drive belt and it kept falling off. We fought that for the rest of the day. Joys of working with short logs. They don't always sit where you need them to, and the rollers are no help, so you got to break out a 2x4 or 2x6 to try and shove them around.
Welcome back. We got all this finished. Yesterday we finished up this walnut. This morning we finished up this pine. The purpose of these two videos was to explain or highlight the differences of why sometimes you need to saw by the hour and why sometimes it's better to saw by the board foot. At the beginning of this, I explained we sawed this by the board foot because it was short, it was small, it was crooked, it was just a mess. And the customer wanted us to get all we could out of it. So this was a no-brainer to do this one by the hour. This stack over here was 3 big logs. I could have easily sawed it by the hour because 2 of them were short. They were only 6-footers. But being that the customer wanted 1.5-inch boards, he wanted them, you know, no more than 13 inches wide. It was going to be an easy, quick saw. So I just decided as soon as I seen them, we'd do it by the board foot. Now, the numbers bear that out. It took probably, I counted 1.5 hours to do all 3. Probably took a little less than that because I lost track of some time when we run into that piece of anchor chain for a hammock. But at 1.5 hours, we would have made a certain amount, and that amount was less than what we would have made sawing it by the board foot. And truly, if we hadn't run into an issue, it'd probably been more like 1 hour and 10 minutes, 1 hour and 15 max. So it was still to our benefit to saw this by the board foot. So that's kind of the lesson. It's something you're gonna have to learn, guys. You can't ask me a question of what you should charge. You're just gonna have to learn your area, unfortunately. I was like a lot of you guys, you know, just starting out 10 years ago. You got to go and do. Try your best to protect yourself. Worst case, agree to an hourly rate, and at the worst, the guy gets extra wood and you get a little less pay. But you covered yourself to make a profit. I never did charge by the board foot mobile milling. There's times I wish I had. When I had a good customer, he had a big skid steer, he was helping, and we were sawing big timber. And we were sawing 3,000 or 4,000 feet because it was, you know, 8x8s and 10x10s. But that wasn't fair because I told him a daily rate, and that's what we did. And he worked out good. And the other times I had customers that had 2 or 3 logs and no way of moving them. We'd have to take the truck and drag them over there. Remember them?
Yeah.
Drag it log over there with the truck, take can hooks and roll it on there. Well, the only fair way for Matthew and I to run that is by the hour or, you know, a day price. The customer gets a lot less board footage, but he also input a lot less effort. So this is something you're gonna have to learn. If you got any questions, comments, please drop them below. We'll be glad to answer them. If you're not on the Woodmiser Facebook page, I'd highly recommend you do that, as you can ask questions, get a lot more detailed answers. I try to answer a lot of them. I got several big sawyers across the country I'm friends with that they're on there every day trying to answer your questions, help you out. That being said, I'd like to give a good shout out to the Kilted Sawyer out of Utah. You see him on Woodmiser Facebook as Craig Kilter. He answers tons and tons of questions to the new guys. I've asked him questions, you know. It don't hurt to bounce questions around and ask different people. Also, Chuck from Sheraton Park Farms and his wife Sandra, great people. If you hadn't checked out their channel, I highly recommend them. And Solomon, him and Matthew do all our video editing. He runs a YouTube channel out of Florida, actually 2. He's got Third Beard Fishing and
Eastern Florida pythons.
Yeah, Eastern Florida pythons. So I can't do the snakes, but y'all may love them. But anyway, and especially Joe Maine from Industrial Cutting Tools. Guy's wonderful to work with. If you need any kind of bandsaw blades, planer blades, motor blades, stuff like that, get in touch with them. I asked him the other day because I've been meaning to. They don't do resharp. Maybe if enough people convinced them, they might. But they currently don't do resharp. But he'll ship blades all over the country where he's allowed to. But that's gonna do it, guys. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you back at the mill.
Thank you for watching. Here's a video selection and a playlist suggestion. Click here to subscribe for more great content. We'll see you at the mill.